The LTSI has kind of an interesting history, and I want to give you just the kind of the brief version of that history. And it really started about 18 years ago when Dr. Reed Bates and I sat down in my office one day and said, you know what? Let's create a tool to measure the factors. And let's embark on a research process to figure out what those factors really are. Now, I'll be honest with you. We never imagined that it would become basically a career-long process and take us to the levels that it has. Never could we have predicted that, in fact, it would become the world standard for measuring factors that influence transfer. In fact, on the research side, just in the last 8 months, we've had some 80 researchers contact us to use this tool. That's how important it has become. But equally important is that the day that we sat down to do this, we said, we want to create a tool that's as valuable in research as it is in practice. So we always had research and practice, research to practice in our minds. Now, the instrument has gone through 4 iterations now. We are just now we're releasing version 4 of the instrument. And that's been kind of an iterative process where we had a pool of survey items. We tested with a group of people. We figure out scientifically and statistically which items work and which items don't work so well. And I won't bore you with the statistics that go into that, but there are ways that we can tell which items are kind of pure measures of the factors and which ones are kind of, shall I call them, messy measures of those factors. And so with each version, we'd narrow it down and we'd add some items, some test items. We'd narrow it down, we'd add some test items. And our most recent version, the version 4, actually comes from a database of over 6,000 respondents from 17 different countries speaking 14 different languages. So frankly, we're very proud of the fact that we now have an instrument with items in it that have been tested across a variety of cultures. Those languages in that database include everything from mainland Chinese to Arabic in Jordan to a variety of European languages and, of course, English. And so it's a real mixture of cultures and languages. And what we have left now is 48 items that measure these 16 factors that we know work all around the world. And so it's been an amazing journey for us to go on. And we've had some amazing collaborations over the years. It's really taken us about 15 years to get to the point where we have what I would call sort of a finished product that we know will stand up to practice and stand up from a research perspective.